Hello stylists, welcome back to the FullStyle Inc. channel for another video. So as you can tell by the title above, this is another tutorial, so let's get right into it. Starting off with that mock-up that I created previously in the mock-up and draft video I did a few weeks ago. I am laying down the front of what would be my pinafore, and I am tracing out that same shaping for the back. Cutting out the back, attaching the front and the back, I went in and added some additional pieces to elongate the front. Slightly a mistake on my part, but something that I rectify later. I'm going to attach those sides, see how much room I need, and I will try that on. And moving on, before I move on to final fabric. So I'm working with this suede, this orange burnt suede that I picked up from Mood last year. I have about 3 yards of it. It has no stretch and it has this nice wrinkly textured finish to it that I really liked. So I'm going to be working with this fabric unlined because I do like the inside finish. It's a nice smooth buttery inside. So laying this fabric flat, going lengthwise, I'm going to fold it in half widthwise, and I'm going to start out cutting out my pieces. So I'm going to begin with the front piece, cutting it on the fold. And this is when I learned that this fabric did not like pins. And I use my fabric weight. Now, if you can see here, I do have another skirt laying down on top of the fabric. I use that on the fold to measure out the width. Like, I like the flare of this skirt, so I know I wanted this pinafore to have a bit flare to it, like almost like a mod 60s silhouette. I went on and cut out the back pieces using the same method. Cut it on the fold, and then I went and laid the top piece of the fabric, the front piece, on the back piece in order to get the same cut and shape for my skirt. And now I'm just cleaning up, folding away all of the larger pieces of scrap fabric to possibly use it in another DIY. So here we are with our first fitting. With the final fabric, I determined that I needed to bring in the sides and I needed to create a dart around the bust. Before I went in with the facing, I did go in and add 2 darts in the back to help the back of the pinafore to lay flat and curve around the back of my body, because I did cut that back a bit too low. After that, I went and cut duplicates of the front and back to create a facing to clean up any raw edges. I attached the facing together, top stitch the facing towards the lining, I top stitch the seam allowance towards the lining, and then I fold that back over, pressing it and doing a top stitch overall around the neck hole and armhole. Now I am going in, pressing down my seam line that will become my fold line for when I attach my zipper. So I have already cut the fabric in half, measured out where exactly I wanted my middle front cut to go in order to insert my zipper. So yes. Now I'm going to roughly cut out some large squares to be my pockets. I want to have 2 cute little pockets on the front. And I may go back in the future and add some details to this pocket. Maybe a button or so. I haven't quite decided. So I'm going to cut that out using my square tool. And then I'm going to fold that so I can cut out 2 at a time. And then I'm going to go in and I'm going to press down the corners and sides so I can be a nice clean finish for when I go to attach this on the front of my pinafore. Now I am going to insert my zipper. opening up the zipper, having the pinafore lay flat, I am going to use my zipper foot and I'm going to sew down the first half of my separating zipper. So I want this to be almost like a coat, something that separates, that you can zip on and off for easy access to get on and off. After I inserted my zipper, I went in for a final fitting to determine the final length of where I was going to be cut and hemming my pinafore. I decided to do a slightly high and low hem where the back is a little bit longer than the front because of the booty. And with that, stylers, I am done. This came out so cute. I wore this on Thanksgiving. I felt adorable. I felt chic and a little bit of preppy. I cannot wait to style this in a number of ways with different tops as well as different tights and boots and loafers. This is super cute. I love the details I get of the underbust type fitted corset with the flare cuts of the skirt and the cute little pockets. I hope you guys enjoyed it as well. Let me know how you guys are doing. I hope you guys had a wonderful Thanksgiving and are having a wonderful holiday season. And remember, you are loved.